It's a Monday morning in South London, and the latest episode in a long-running drama is about to take place. Anti-car activists are about to stop one of the main city arteries in its tracks by erecting and then climbing up huge scaffolding tripods. These dangerous structures allow 40 protesters to stop thousands of commuters, and the media are out in force to record it all.
This is a protest about air pollution.
I bet all the people are being held up, you know, we've got to get to work, people have got things to do.
Well, you know, very sorry, but it's either freedom to drive or freedom to breathe.
Behind me, a group called Reclaim the Streets have set up a roadblock in the middle of rush hour London. Now, road protests have been going on ever since the first motor car spluttered its fumes into the morning air. In the 70s and 80s, they were particularly successful as well, but they never got much media attention until now, and that's because of events like this.
Anti-car protesters have brought traffic in the capital to a standstill. Summer '95 was the hottest on record, the one when asthma levels rocketed and everyone worried about pollution. Street demonstrations earned the protesters widespread media coverage, but not everyone enjoyed the party.
Well, I think it's stupid, because it's just going to block everything out and make more fumes.
News editors sent their toughest crews to get to the heart of the action. They recognise the value of confrontational protest.
What about the way that the people actually running the protests have operated with you? Have their liaisons with you been quite effective?
Oh, it's very clandestine. You know, you meet one person, you meet another person, and eventually you turn up at the scene. It's good fun for the journalists. You know, it's a good chase.
Well, I don't want the press with me talking.
Should we get in the phone box here?
No, I'm not standing in the phone box with him. Gentlemen, can you please go away while I talk to the organiser? I will speak to you in a minute. Thank you.
Police liaison.
It's visually exciting, isn't it, from a television point of view?
Totally unnecessary.
Wind back the clock and road protests looked more like this, orderly demos with official approval and peaceful placards.
I can remember doing a similar protest to the one that was organised this morning 8 or 9 years ago and getting about 40 people.
What was the media coverage of that particular
Very small.
event? Very small?
Very small.
The pro-roads lobby complained that it's all staged for the benefit of the media.
I think this sort of activity will only continue so long as people like yourselves are prepared to come along at crack of dawn and film this sort of inconvenience to the vast majority of the public.
But news editors say that the chaos itself is newsworthy.
If the event has a significant impact, disrupting an awful lot of people's daily lives, that of course is a reportable event in itself. We shouldn't feel embarrassed about that.
The media definitely, they like the personal side of it. They like to sort of run stories on, you know, people's motives, the idea that we're impassioned, the idea that we're sort of somehow reacting from the gut.
Daily Telegraph reading pinstripe commuters will find people like you, with every respect, they will find people like you quite horrific, won't they? Because you're not from their normal walk of life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the gimmick value of what we do.
TV crews aren't the only people filming at anti-roads protests. The activists have their own production company, which has supplied British and international TV channels with their footage.
The main reason I'm here is because what will happen afterwards. Like, a lot of the cameras have gone already, and this is what happens. When the cameras are gone, that's when the police move in. That happened at Islington. When the mainstream media left, the police came in and just chased people, they beat people down, and we recorded that. We ended up getting that on Word on Action.
Well, it could be argued it's also very good propaganda for you.
Depends what you want to term propaganda.
The A23 is one of the major roads into the capital. Today it's extremely quiet, quieter than normal, not just because of the protesters behind me, but because police have put roadblocks in down the road to try and divert the traffic away.
After 2 hours, the scaffolding came down. The event had attracted both ITN and the BBC. 1,000 commuters' traffic jam had become a media blitz and made a national newspaper.
Okay, how was it?
Not bad. Police want to incredibly quickly.
So nothing like burnt up car or anything?
No.
It's nice. When I first came here
8 or 9 years ago we were doing a lot of things with placards, but it's passé now. The street protests have been very clever this last couple of months. They've come up with new devices to stop the traffic very, very quickly. There's this new triangular thing that actually does make very, very good pictures. It looks like a circus act out on the highway. And so that's made a good picture for us for this summer, but we can't use it too often. We may use it tomorrow morning, and then that will be it for the, for the rest of the year. And it is up to their ingenuity to come up with something different.
Today the scaffolding works, but for next time Reclaim the Streets are already planning a new tack.
We haven't aimed for complete gridlock of the area.
Have you aimed for complete gridlock in the past?
No.
Will you in the future?
Yes. The hush hour is coming.